Hello, and welcome to Building Community Partnerships for Watershed Education, a needs assessment on Virginia's Eastern Shore. My name is Charnel Parker-McMullen-Bushman, and this presentation is an overview of the development of my research project to date for my Master's of Science in Environmental Education and Interpretation through the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. This presentation will cover the following topics: background of the study, research objectives, research questions, scope of the study, methods, significance of the study, limitations of the study, and conclusions. We will begin with background of the study. In this section, we will cover information about the geographical area where the study will take place, the population that lives there, the school system, and the educational standards. My study will take place in Accomack County, Virginia. Accomack County is located on the eastern shore of Virginia, a part of the Delmarva Peninsula. This is sandwiched between the ecologically important Chesapeake Bay and the powerful Atlantic Ocean. As of the 2010 census, the population was 33,164. There were 15,299 households, and 28.9% of these households had children under the age of 18 living with them. 20% of these households also lived below the poverty line. The coastal area where Accomack County is located is varied and important. This coastal area, Watershed, feeds into the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. There are four main areas of industry in Accomack County, Virginia. The first is farming. Farming includes corn, soy, and tomato crops. The second is watermen. Watermen fish for and collect crabs and oysters. The third is tourism. People come to Accomack County to visit the beaches, attend the festivals, and enjoy the beautiful landscape through kayaking and biking. The fourth is chicken farming. Two major chicken industries, Purdue and Tyson, have their homes on Accomack County. My study is focused on the educational system in Accomack County. In Accomack County, 21% of the population has no degree. 61% has achieved a high school diploma, and 17% have achieved a bachelor's degree or higher. Accomack County Public Schools include 13 different schools. These schools serve 5,131 students in grades pre-K through 12. 61% of these students receive free or reduced price lunches. There are 154 teachers that work in the Accomack County school system. These teachers are mandated to teach to the Virginia SOLs, or Standards of Learning. Teachers also have to satisfy a state educational standard called the MWEE, or Meaningful Watershed Educational Experience requirement. My project focuses on meaningful watershed educational experience implementation in Accomack County schools. MWEs enable students to participate in hands-on learning about the Chesapeake Bay watershed. These experiences are investigative, using equipment, taking measurements, and making observations, and project-oriented, involving restoration, monitoring, and problem solving. MWEs are richly structured and based on high-quality instructional design. MWEs include three phases. Phase 1 is preparation, focusing on a question, problem, or issue and involving students in discussion and research. Phase 2 is the action phase. This includes one or more outdoor experiences sufficient to conduct a project. Phase 3 is the reflection phase. This focuses on the question or problem, analyzes the conclusion, and evaluates the results. MWEs are an integral part of the instructional program. Field experiences should be a part of a diverse curriculum and aligned with the standards of learning. This involves a significant investment in instructional time. MWEs may occur over weeks or even months. Finally, MWEs study the watershed as a system, so experiences don't necessarily have to take place in a water environment. MWEs can be even conducted as schoolyard investigations. All over the United States, teacher instructional goals are increasingly shaped by curriculum standards, state mandates, and standardized testing. Accomack County is no different. As teachers focus on these state and national standards, they sometimes have difficulty meeting those constraints and presenting hands on, integrated, and thematic lessons that have a base in the real world experiences of the students. Teachers of disadvantaged students are the most affected by the growing pressure surrounding educational funding and standardized achievement goals. Accomack County, with its 20% of its residents living below the poverty line, 61% of the students qualifying for free or reduced lunch, and its residents all having low level of educational attainment, qualifies as a disadvantaged area. Environmental education programs and organizations are uniquely poised with curriculum and resources to help teachers use a wide variety of methods to accomplish their teaching goals. Collaborations between formal and informal education providers can lead to conceptually rich and compelling science learning programs. A report created by the Center for Advancement of Informal Science Education explores the benefits of relationships between formal and informal settings in science education. The authors argue that informal education should be considered more than just secondary resources to schools. These partnerships are mutually beneficial to the organizations involved, build robust learning communities that increase access and to resources for children and teachers of children from low socioeconomic communities. Informal institutions have the ability to support K-12 science education in the United States in important and varied ways. The Chincoteague Bay Field Station is one such organization, an environmental learning center located in Accomack County, Virginia. The field station has been in the area for the last 45 years. The field station has a wealth of resources that could be made available to local teachers. Resources include educational staff that is well versed in marine science and knowledgeable about the ecosystems of the area, three boats, curriculum resources, and many tools including microscopes, dip nets, collection jars, waders, and water quality testing kits. Next, we will cover research objectives, the research question, and the scope of the study. This research will be a basic needs assessment of the resources needed for the Accomack County, Virginia school teachers to meet the state of Virginia's MWEE requirement. Study will also assess the resources that are available through the Chincoteague Bay Field Station and will analyze and create a report that shows where these resources and needs intersect. The research question for this project is: what resources can the Chincoteague Bay Field Station provide to the elementary and middle school teachers of Accomack County, Virginia, to support them in meeting the state of Virginia's meaningful watershed educational experience requirement? The scope of the study is limited to Accomack County school system and to the number of elementary and middle school teachers and administrators located in this school system. Next, we will cover the methods that will be used in this project. The primary data for this study will be gathered through surveys. After the survey is given, the results will need to be analyzed to identify the most frequently stated needs. The resources available through the Chincoteague Bay Field Station will need to be assessed. An analysis will be made of where the field station resources and teacher needs intersect. The outcome of this assessment will be a creation of a formal recommendation proposal based on resources and best practices in the field. This recommendation will lay out what resources the field station can provide to elementary and middle school teachers of Accomack County. Completion of the project will require addressing several subproblems. The first subproblem is making connections with administrators and teachers in the local school systems. I began this process back in October of 2013 by contacting teachers that were members of the local Eastern Shore Environmental Education Council to ask them about their interests in the project and request contact information for other teachers that might also be interested in the project. I attended elementary school science days to make connections with the elementary school teachers. I attended middle school parent teacher meet and greet nights and offered free watershed planning packets to all teachers willing to be involved in the project. I gathered their information from both events and requested contact information from other teachers that might be interested. In addition, I am planning to contact school science coordinators for each school and discuss the project. I will ask for their participation in the survey, gather their contact information, and request contact information for other teachers that might be interested. The second subproblem was to design a survey and questions to assess what resources teachers and administrators were lacking to successfully meet the state's MWEE requirement. I developed a survey questionnaire in February of 2014. This survey has 10 questions. Questions cover teachers' knowledge of the MWEE requirements, if teachers have access to professional development activities that relate to teaching about watershed concepts and providing students with field experiences, and if teachers have access to hands-on equipment necessary for students to do water quality investigations and field experiences. My questionnaire is currently awaiting approval from the IRB at the University of Wisconsin Stevens Point. The third subproblem is to distribute the survey and then to interpret and evaluate the data collected. To do this, I will email the teachers that have agreed to be a part of the project the survey. I will then compile the completed survey results. The fourth subproblem is to interpret and evaluate the data collected through the surveys to determine what resources available through the field station would help teachers and support them in meeting the MWEE requirement. In order to do this, I will need to analyze and interpret the survey results. I will need to hold meetings with the field station administrators and staff to determine what resources the field station has available that align with the teacher's needs. Then I will need to create a formal recommendation proposal that lays out what resources the field station can provide for elementary and middle school teachers in Accomack County to support them in meeting the MWEE requirement. Next, we will cover significance of the study, limitations of the study, and conclusion. It is my hope that this project will lead to a substantial educational partnership in this very underserved community. I also hope that though the scope of my study is quite small, that it will still be able to contribute to the body of knowledge about best practices in formal and informal educational partnerships. In addition, I hope that the study will produce outcomes that are of significant value to the community. Possible study outcomes include a high quality and integrated environmental education program that provides opportunities for K 12 students to get into the outdoors and actively participate in meaningful watershed educational experiences. Another outcome of this study will hopefully be the increased support for our local teachers. Teachers have an essential and central role to play in our educational system. Continuous, high quality professional development is vital to our country's objective of high standards of learning for each and every student. The implementation of new environmental education initiatives like MWEE's into school curriculum has to be supported by teacher development. It's important to consistently renew our teachers and their education through training to help our teachers stay up to date on the latest educational standards. As the Chincoteague Bay Field Station examines ways that it can support the area teachers, professional development will probably present itself as one of the most apparent opportunities. Informal science organizations provide many different types and levels of professional development for teachers, including assistance leading curriculum and assistance with materials. Professional development programs have been shown to increase teachers' confidence in their abilities and intentions to implement MWEs. There are strong associations between the importance of teacher learning and developments in student learning and achievement. Teachers that understand the subject matter that they teach deeply and flexibly are better able to help their students relate ideas and can address misconceptions. Ongoing professional development that provides intensive mentoring, school based graduate courses, and teacher investigations and analysis is preferable professional development model to be used. Some of the limitations of the study are as follows. The study is limited in scope because it only includes one county and one state in the United States and only a small sampling of middle and elementary school teachers in that county. The data for the study is all self reported data, which means that we have to rely on the honesty of the study participants. In addition, we do have limited access in some of the schools involved in this study. Some administrators are more open to allowing me to come in than others. Some areas of further study include studying the accuracy of self reporting in MWEs and studying the specific student benefits that children receive as being a part of a meaningful watershed educational experience. In conclusion, I am very excited about this project. I think that it will be of the final result will be of great use to my organization and to those in the local school system. Informal science organizations play an important role in promoting and supporting science learning for students and teachers in formal K 12 settings. Formal school teachers and informal educators both share the same powerful goal to engage students, giving them experiences that will instill a thirst for knowledge and tools or skills necessary to make informed decisions, be responsible citizens, and capable members of their community. Thank you so much for spending time listening to my presentation, and good luck with your own. Thank you. Have a great day.